Here we have a dilution problem. I know that because it has the word diluted. I also could tell because I have a volume, I have a pH, which can be used to find a molarity. It isn't a molarity, but it can be used to find one. I have another volume and I want another pH, which I can get if I find another molarity. So I'm going to use M1V1, M2V2. M1V1 pH. This is just a way of organizing my information. It's not how I probably didn't show it like this in the videos of me teaching, but for those of you who are in person, you saw me organize it like this. This might help you. It's not a different way of doing it. It's just a different way of organizing your thoughts. M2, V2, pH 2. So we know that we had 150 mils as my first volume. pH is 2. Now I can't plug that 2 in to any formula, but I can get from pH to molarity of H, which is that, by taking 10 to the negative 2, or 0.01. Something I took for granted. The molarity here is the molarity of the H plus because this is an acid. If this were a base, we'd have to make sure we are plugging in the molarity of the hydroxide. But since this is an acid, pH less than 7, the molarity that I want there is for the H plus. Then I know it's diluted to 30 liters. Diluted to is telling me the final volume. It's not telling me how much water I added. It's telling me the final volume, which is what I want for V2. So I wouldn't add together in this case. But that's 30 liters. I used milliliters here. Honestly, I'm going to change this one to liters. I'm going to use 0.15 liters. So I can just plug a 30 there. You could have used 150 if you used 30,000, but this felt easier to me in this case. That's going to let me solve for M2. Then I'll find my pH. So M1 V1 equals M2 V2. 0.01 times 0.15 divide by 30. My X, which is my M2, which is my H plus, is 0.00004065. Or if your calculator's in scientific notation, 5 times 10 to the negative 5. If I want to find the pH from that, I can take the negative log. 4.3. That answer makes sense. We were diluting an acid, so it should still be acidic, but it was a pH 2. It should now be closer to 7, closer to neutral, which it is.